to math. I miss math time with you guys, and I just kind of wanted to start with one of our ASIC questions. So let's get started, shall we? Oh, before we get started, it's very important we need to know our plan. Our plan for today is we're going to do two things. We're going to be able to multiply, so that's kind of our first thing. And then our second thing that we're going to be doing is adding and subtracting, but today we're going to focus on subtracting, okay? Let's get started. So it first we have a word problem, okay? And then we have our normal ACID strategy. So let's read our word problem. It says, Lou has 4 bags of candies. First thing while I'm reading it, I'm going to draw my 4 bags of candy. Okay? Each bag has 5 candies. Miss Cube is not going to draw 5, but I'm going to write the number 5 in each bag. How many candies does Lou have? First of all, Lou, you better share. I hope so. And there should be enough for a class. So, the first thing that we have to do is we have to restate the question. Lou has blank candies, because we don't know the answer yet, right? And then you drew here, okay? And then we're going to write an equation, and then we're going to list our steps. So the first thing we want to do is we're going to probably count by 5s, because we have 4 groups of 5. 5, 10, 15, 20 candies. Lou, you better share. So we can answer our question right here, right? We can put the number 20. Now the equation is super awesome. Now, what can we do with these 4 groups of 5? What can I do? Can I use multiplication? Addition? Let's start with addition. I have 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 is equal to what? 20. Very good. You gotta put it. Now, how many groups do I have? I have 4 groups and 4 groups of 5, and my answer is 20. But I'm not talking about 20 hot dogs, am I? I'm talking about 20 candies. So make sure that you put the unit that you're working with, okay? 20 candies. Very good job, guys. Now, the next thing that we have to do is start with our steps. So what was the first thing that we did? First, what did we do? We drew 4 bags of candies. Next, what do? We put 5 candies in. Hi, come on in. Oh, it's okay.
Are you recording?
Yeah, it's okay. Just come on in.
Oh, okay.
We put 5 candies in each bag. Each bag. Do you want to tell everybody hi?
Hello.
Well, do you want to say hi? Oh, we have somebody else. Say hi. Hi. Okay, we had some really cool visitors. I'm happy that they got to come in. That's my daughter Audrey, and that's my son Ryan. Ryan's in 3rd grade just like you guys. So I'm happy they got to come and visit. So we talked about how we put 5 candies in each bag. What's the last thing we did? So we can say last, how did we get this answer? Did we count by 5s? Last, we counted by 5s. And we can put our answer is 20 candies. Make sure that you're writing what your unit is, okay? So that's the way that we do our ACID problem. I'm telling you guys, most of our multiplication tables and our facts, they're not going to be just like what's 2 times 2 or what's 4 times 5. mostly all of our multiplication is going to be within a word problem. So it's very, very, very important that when we are working within our math that we are seeing word problems, just so we can become a lot better with multiplication in our word problems. Does that sound like a plan? Cool. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to be working on our menu. So I want to talk about this because math is everywhere, okay? You might just think, oh, I have to be in Mrs. Cuba's math class, oh, but the thing is, anywhere that you guys are going in life or any career that you guys have to be really good at math. So we're going to use a real world example of menus, okay, and money to be able to solve multiplication problems. Does that sound like a good idea? Awesome. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so one real world application to math is when you go to a restaurant or a cafe, you have money in your hands. And then things cost money. So what you have to do, you have to be able to be really good with money and be able to subtract, right? When you walk into the grocery store, oftentimes your parents have a budget, right? And a budget is saying, okay, I can only spend $100 on groceries. So you have to kind of start calculating, and this is what your parents do when they go shopping. Okay, Valdez wanted this type of cereal, it's $5. And then Jude wanted this type of fruit snack, that's $5. Okay, that's $10. And then, let's see, Ismael wanted this kind of soda, that's $6. So people are adding and then subtracting in their minds while they're grocery shopping. Isn't that cool? So I wanted to give you guys a really fun example. This is Miss Cuba's cafe, and I'm a really fancy cafe. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like one of those fancy cafes where everything's super expensive, but it's so delicious. So, I'm going to start by, I'm going to say, okay, I would like to buy a couple of things, okay? So, the first thing we would do is we would want to add, right? I'm going to say, oh, okay, I think I want a cupcake, and my cupcakes are $25. You heard me, $25. So I would put my symbol. Anytime you see that symbol, that tells me that you're working with money. Okay? And then what do I want? I think I want a coffee with my cupcake. And that is $35. Miss Cuba is fancy. So the first thing, you can put your money symbols. I know if I'm putting two numbers together, I'm going to be adding, okay? Now, I'm going to draw my line down the middle. You guys don't forget to turn your pages. But let's add and see how much a cupcake and a cup of coffee is going to be at my cafe. So guys, you better bring out your wallets and ask for a loan from your parents because my cafe is kind of expensive. We always start at the ones column, and remember our song. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. But we're not in the thousands place. We always start in the ones. So we go ones. Easy. It's right here. And I need to add this. 5 and 5 is 10. Okay? But remember, I cannot do this, right? Because there's only 0 through 9 allowed in that ones house. If not, you got to get a bigger house. Okay? So I put that 0 in the ones place. And then put that 1 in the tens place, okay? Because it's really 10, okay? So now Miss Cuba has 3 numbers to add. So I always start with the biggest number, 3, and then I add 2 more. So you always start at 3, put 3 in your head, 2 more. So 3 in your head, 4, 5, and then you have 1 more, 6. Oh my goodness. It is going to cost you $60 for a cupcake and coffee. Say, Mrs. Cuba, it better be some really good coffee and cupcakes. That'll set you back. Okay, so now, let's see. Who else wants to shop at my store, at my cafe? I hope you guys are still wanting to shop at my cafe, and even though it's kind of expensive. Let's buy, 2 cookies. How would I do that? 1 cookie is $10. So how much would 2 cookies be? So there's 2 ways of doing this. You can do 10 and 10. So let's start in our ones place. Is $20. You can do that. Or you can put in, to count by tens. 10, 20. Either way, whichever you want. So I have 2 cookies. And I think I want a soda. Ooh, soda. Okay, and a soda costs $30. It's imported. It comes from another fancy country. Okay? And my soda is $30. So I have $20 and $30. Now at the bottom, make sure to put your symbol, your $30. So let's go to the ones place. 0 plus 0 is 0. 2 plus 3 is 5. So it would be $50 for 2 cookies and a soda. Holy moly. Okay, so here's what I want you guys to do. Maybe you guys can think about something you want for my cafe. And then maybe you can add it on your own. Feel free to pause this and then add 2 things together.